Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. As you could probably tell, I'm just not feeling it today. I don't feel like doing anything. I just, it's one of those days, but these are the days that matter the most, where it's like, when you don't feel like doing whatever you gotta do is when you gotta do it. You know what I mean? You gotta do it because these are the days that matter the most. Of course, you're gonna feel good on the days that feel good. You're gonna do it on the days that feel good. But on those days where you don't feel good, that's when you really gotta do it. And you could tell because I didn't even say the intro. I didn't even say like, oh well, today is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Christmas Day, I'm not gonna be making a video. It's Christmas Day. I'm not gonna be doing anything. Probably just only thing go to the gym maybe or something like that. But I'm not gonna be doing anything tomorrow, so I'll just take my break tomorrow. But today, I gotta finish out doing what I'm supposed to do, and yeah, these are the days that matter, man. What's got me feeling so not in the mood? I can't really pinpoint one thing. I really just can't pinpoint one thing. It's like some days you just wake up and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything. But anyway, let's just watch the video for today. You know, I'm sorry for the low energy, but let's watch the video. Hopefully this video brightens up the day and we have something to talk about, have something to do. I am pretty hungry, so after we watch this video, I'm probably gonna get something to eat. Then I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna make some offers on some properties, and then I gotta go to my girlfriend's mom's house later on. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video and see what it's about. This guy says this is one of the weakest generations ever. Everybody's fake as fuck. Bring back the realness. Now, can I relate to that title? I can. I can. When I think about it, one of the things that really, really pisses me off the most is that's in this new generation, what he says, weakest generation. I'll say it's in the new generation, or something that's become so very normal that really pisses me off is people saying they're going to do something and not doing it. Or like, let me just give an example. The big let me know epidemic. Oh, the big I'll let you know epidemic. I'm calling it an epidemic because that's what it really is. Let me look up what epidemic means first of all. A sudden widespread outbreak of a disease or health issue that affects many people. Okay, well, it's not a epidemic because it's not a disease, but it is a problem, right? Everybody, every time you ever had that, how do I say it? You ever had, told somebody some plans or something like that, basically invited somebody out and they'll be like, oh, bet. Or let me know when it's, let me know when you're ready. Or let me know what time. Let me know the day of. They banking on you not remembering to do that, and so they don't feel guilty when they don't show up. Let me clean up that example. So let's say you having a party and your party is on May 5th and it's currently May 1st. You invite your friend, hey Tom, I got a party going on May 5th. I want you to pop out. I want you to celebrate with me. Here's your formal invite. Pull up. He's like, bet. Oh yeah, I want to pull up. Who all gonna be there? All right. And then you go. That's one of the questions. And then you go, oh yeah, Jessica, Gary, Greg, Nathan, Layla, all these people, they're gonna be there. He's like, oh, word, bet. Yeah. All right, well, shit. Let me know when y'all, what time y'all leave. Let me know what time y'all leaving or something like that. And then they really never come. You know what I mean? They never really want to come. Or let's flip it. Not them asking you to let them know, but them saying, I will let you know. They'll be like, oh, I got you know, the same situation, a party. I want you to come out on May 5th. They're like, oh, on May 5th, I gotta drop some off to my mom's house, but I'll let you know when I get done. You feel me? Or let's speed it up. Let's say it's May 5th. And then you hit them up and they like, yo, you popping out today? He like, yeah, I'm popping out. I'm gonna pull up to the party. And then you like, all right, bet. What time? I'm gonna let you know right after I drop off this stuff to my mom's house. I'm gonna let you know. And they banking on you forgetting, and they never had the intention of coming in the first place. That's one of the things that I hate about this new generation. I don't know if that's what he's gonna talk about, but I say keep it real. Just say, hey, I'm not coming. You know, or hey, I have something to do. And so that you just not that lying scumbag who just keep, it makes me not want to fault with you as a person. It make me, you're unreliable, bro. You're unreliable. You're not keeping it real. It makes me not want to fault with you when you telling me, yeah, we gonna do something. We planning this shit together, and I'm banking on you coming, and then you don't never come, and you never had the intention of coming in the first place. It's not like you had a real emergency. You never had the intention of coming in the first place. You know what I mean? All right. Well, let's get into the video.
True Media, what's good with the family, man? Hope everybody doing well, feeling well, and having a fantastic day, man. Hey, I want to talk about something real quick, man. Like, and this is my personal opinion. This is the weakest, most crappiest, fakest generation.
You know what I also love? I love when people like speak on their generation as if they lived through other generations and they could see what the other generations was like. So they like, oh man, this generation fucking sucks. This is the worst generation ever. But they didn't even live through the previous generation, so they don't know anything about the other previous generations if they was crappy too. You know, that's just funny.
I think the world has ever seen, bro. This generation, bro, is so weak and filled with entitled people, filled with disrespect, filled with, haters. I'm just to the point to where, man, like, I'm ready to go back to the early 2000s, man. Like, and I mean this shit with all seriousness, man. This got to be one of the most disappointing generations that the world have ever seen, bro, in my humble opinion. You know, and especially being able to grow up in the late 90s and the early 2000s and seeing things for where it used to be and how it once was to seeing where it's at right now. This shit is hella corny, bro. Like, everybody fake. Ain't nobody, like, real loyal. Your friends really ain't your friends. They just trying to see what they can gain from you. Like, they really don't fuck with you like that. Family is at a disadvantage and always at odds. Can't never seem to come together and get along without nobody fighting or arguing. You can't really trust a person that you in a relationship with because they too busy scrolling on Instagram trying to see if the grass is greener on the other side, looking for somebody else to replace you with. You know that whole hypergamy shit.
Hey, I'm not gonna say bro speaking bullshit. I do understand what he mean when he say like things was different in the early 90s, 2000. I don't know about the early 90s. I was born in 2000, but I would say in the early 2000s, it felt like the world was a much nicer place. But our view could be distorted because we were kids. Of course, the world's gonna be kind to us. We're innocent. You know what I mean? So once we get older, people don't have time for your bullshit. They're not going to give you sympathy. They're not going to give you none of that. So a lot of us maybe grew up and be like, damn, what happened to all the love? Where the love at? You know what I mean? So I see what he's saying like that about that. Again, with the when he just said, but the constantly looking to see, that's a good way to put it. You can't be in a relationship because they always scrolling and constantly trying to look and see if the grass is green on the other side, trying to find someone to replace you with. I never really thought of it like that, but I can see that being the case. A lot of people are addicted to the scrolling. I personally don't have any apps on my phone. The only time I get on apps is if I come sit down physically in front of my computer. I like to do things the way I used to do them and the way it was manageable before. So I'm not I'm not against evolving and everything like that, but I do feel like to a degree this stuff got out of hand. Like, okay, well, you would say, well, what if back in the day people didn't evolve to computers and stuff like that? Then we wouldn't have a lot of, we wouldn't have a lot of stuff that we have today. If people didn't push the boundaries and adapt to the new way of websites and computers and technology and didn't adapt with technology, then we wouldn't be where we're at today. And so I agree. I think technology is good and we should use it and we should adapt and grow with technology. I don't know how I ended up on this topic, but let me just sum it up really quick. This technology right here is just man, this technology right here is just I feel like it's just a bit different. You know, people would say the same thing about, you know, computers and be like, oh well, books was way better, you know, we need the papers was way better, you know, computers just fucked everything up. But I really think like the phone is just too, I feel like back in the day things weren't built to keep you stuck in it, like addicted. And I felt like this phone thing, maybe it wasn't initially built to keep you addicted, but once people found out that it's profitable to keep you addicted to like the apps and things like that, or found a way to make it like profit, then it became a problem. So that's why I don't have any apps on my phone. I don't know how I ended up here, but let's get back in the video.
This generation is so full of shit to where I'm ready to just go back to the late 90s, early 2000s, bro, where all you had to be was a solid person, man. You feel me? You ain't have to worry about being rich. You ain't have to worry about being materialistic. You ain't have to worry about societal expectations. You ain't have to worry about most of the shit that we see that people got to worry about today just to be relevant. Nobody want to hold themselves accountable when they do wrong. It's a narcissistic society. Nobody.
You know what I hate is the word narcissist. You know what? Because I feel like that, one thing about me, guys, I hate new words that pop up. I hate when people use new words that pop up and then it spreads and everybody start using these new words that I've never heard be mentioned before. You know what I mean? Or wasn't that popular. I hate when words become popular because then everybody just throws it around like the Wild Wild West, and we never really get down to what it actually means, and we just start calling each other shit, and we just start saying shit. So I don't like new words. So narcissist is one of those words that I didn't hear a lot growing up, but in the past, most recent years, narcissist, everyone's a narcissist. I've been called narcissist, and I've like, bro, what? I don't even know what this means. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna dive into what it means right here on the separate monitor. A narcissist is someone with an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and lack of empathy, often making a fragile self-esteem. They exhibit grandiosity, entitlement, manipulation, and arrogance, struggling to handle criticism and viewing others as a tools for self-gain through specific types. Vary in presentation. Oh, see, now I've been called a narcissist, and based off that definition, maybe I'm being biased because it's me. I don't think I'm anything like that. But I know some people who call me that, and they are a very clean definition of that. So I wonder if that was just some projection that they were doing. Another word that I don't like is gaslighting. Oh my gosh, this one pisses me off. Where did this word come from? This was never a thing. Now all of a sudden gaslighting is everything that someone does that you don't like. They're gaslighting. So I feel like, you know what I feel like? before I even get into the definition of gaslighting, I feel like the manipulative people, the tricky people, the evil people, they make up the words to call innocent people these words, and and uh and kind of like brainwash them into thinking they're not the problem. So let's say, for example, if I was a narcissist, I would call you a narcissist. You feel me? I will make you confused by calling you something you've never heard before. Or if I'm gaslighting you, I would say you're gaslighting me. Just to confuse you and make you like, oh, I think you're the problem. And then you're just all fucked up, and you thinking all the problems is with you. You're the you know what I mean? That's what I think they do, because I hate these words. And people like, where the fuck did they come from? You know what I mean? So gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where someone manipulates another person into questioning their own reality. Oh, so that's exactly okay, I get it now. I get it now. Okay. Memories or sanity, making them dependent on the abuser for validation, often using tactics like denial, deflection, lying, and twisting facts, leading to confusion, anxiety, and isolation for the victim, with patterns seen in romantic relationships, workplaces, and even politics. Oh my God, this is brutal. So basically, it's just brainwashing. You're just brainwashing someone into questioning themselves. So what I just said, the abuser would call someone narcissist when they're the narcissist and make them question their own life. So they're gaslighting while also being a narcissist. Oh, it's a cold world, bro. It's a cold world. Like, the tactics has evolved along with technology. The tactics has evolved, and be safe out here, man. That's crazy.
Don't have manners. Don't know how to speak to nobody. This generation is one of the worst generations, in my humble opinion, that I think the world has ever seen. Can we bring back loyalty? Can we bring back honesty? Can we bring back character? Like, what happened to, a person liking you just for you? Not what you got, not your potential, not how many followers you got, not what they could gain from you. What happened to a person just authentically liking you for who you is?
I don't know if that was ever popular. I think people have always like lied and was scummy and tricky. Like I said, when we were kids, maybe the world just felt like so much easier because everybody gave us grace and showed, mercy and stuff like that. So we were really just innocent. So times was different. We can't really go back to that. Once we're adults, we got to deal with the real world, as they say. This is the real world. This is what's going on. This is how the adults operate and stuff like that. But I do think he's on to something when he's like, what happened to honesty and stuff like that. I do think there was a point where people were more honest, or people really cared about whether they were being trustworthy or not. I would say that. I say these days, people don't really care whether you trust them or not. They don't trust you anyway, and they really think everybody's untrustworthy. So why should I be trustworthy? Why should I be the fool to be honest and stuff like that? And I really just think it breaks down to people need to give themselves some rules, right? They need to set some rules for themselves. I think people really don't have any rules. People play like this, they play like it's just a wild, wild west. They have no rules for themselves. They have no principles. They have no morals. They have nothing that they're willing to stand on. No foundation. All bets are off. They're just doing whatever the hell they can to get through. So they'll lie. They'll tell you I'm on the way and they're not be on the way. They'll tell you I'm 5 minutes away and they be 30 minutes away. They'll tell you you look nice in that outfit when they think you don't look nice in that outfit. They'll tell you they they like your plans and they really don't like your plan, or I don't know what it is. They would lie. It just cuz. And so I think once you give yourself, first of all, you got to first build some respect with yourself. Build some respect with yourself. And once you build some respect with yourself, then you tell yourself, hey, self, this is what we don't do. This is what we're not going to do anymore. This is not who we are. This is who we are. Well, you got to start telling yourself this is who you are and this is who I am. And once you build that image with yourself that, you know, this is who I am. I'm not the type of person to lie about these kind of things. You know, everybody lies. I believe that everybody lies to some degree, you know. So I can't say that everyone's, you know, 100% truthful. But there's things that you're just not gonna lie about. You may tell your little white lies and things like that. But like these are the things that I don't lie about. Or let me clean it up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to the people that I care about or I love. And that way this is not who I am. And so, you know, you don't lie to these people that you care about because you want them to trust you. But the problem is you go out and you do that and they fuck around and they lie to you. And so it's like, well, why the fuck would I do that in the first place? Maybe I should not be honest with these people because nobody's going to be honest with me. And I think everybody just kind of woken up to that fact that, okay, no matter how much of a good person I try to be, the world is still going to be full of fucked up people. And so why does it even matter? Why put myself at a disadvantage in the world by being super nice guy when everybody else is going to be thinking about themselves? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Anyway, if you made this far into the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 50 subscribers. We're at 45 subs right now. Once we get to 50 subs, we're going to do a $50 giveaway. Happy holidays to all. Thank you all for hanging out with me every day and watching these videos with me. Let's get back into it.
I see a world full of people that's users, bruh. I'm talking about users. Motherfuckers don't believe in God, have no connection or no reference for God at all. Not respectful to the elders. The elders want to be like the youngsters. We in a total disadvantage when it comes to the standpoint of thinking how our ancestors once lived and was able to function without all the necessary shit that we deem as valuable to us. Society in the world in general has been devalued because of our mindsets and the things that we put over shit like messing with people for who they is and not what they got. You got gender wars going on. Men don't like women. Women don't like men. Constantly on internet blaming women for society problems. Constantly on the internet blaming men for society problems.
I had a question, guys, because this is something that I think about a lot. And I don't want it to sound racist or anything. I'm not racist at all. But I think about it a lot. I wonder if it's just... Sometimes I just wonder, is it just... Where there's two parts. Sometimes I wonder if it's just a certain race's culture, or is it certain society's culture. So let me break down society's culture first. I wonder if some of these problems that we have, because I only know from my experience, guys, so you got to understand. So I wonder if some of these problems that we have in America is also the problems that these people have in, like, Germany, just in a different language. Are they dealing with the same thing in Germany? I wonder, are they dealing with the same thing in China? Are they dealing with the same thing in Russia? Is it a whole world thing? Or is it just a Western civilization thing. You know what I mean? So that's the first part. Is it just our society that's really like impacted by all this stuff that we're dealing with right now, or is it the whole world? And then and if I narrow it down a little bit further, is it just like he said, men don't like women, women don't like men? I hear these conversations and these podcasts, they pop up. It's usually black women and black men clashing all the time on these topics and stuff like that. And so to narrow it down further, is it just black people that or this black this certain I don't like saying black people, right? Because it's very, I think there's different classes of black. I don't want to say classes. What's the word? I think it's different. I guess there's different groups. I'll just say groups of black people. Like there's black people who's like, um, not even into this type of stuff. Doesn't even feed into this type of stuff. And then there's black people who do feed into this type of stuff. And so I wonder, is it just that group, or is it also is there other races out here that's having these same problems as well? Like, do the Asians talk like this as well amongst each other? Like, is there an Asian thing in the Asian culture where they're like, oh yeah, we don't like the way the Asian women are acting, and the Asian men don't like the way the Asian women acting, the Asian women don't like the way the Asian men acting? Or is that just a category of the black culture in America? See, so I think about that a lot. I always think, am I trapped in this kind of echo chamber where people are talking about the same garbage and I'm just in it so I see it? Or is this really the whole world right now? And so there's no escaping these. Like, this is what everybody's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the stuff he's dealing with, is he dealing with it because of the environment or the content that he's or that's being pushed to him, or is that really what's going on in the world? You know what I mean? That's just what I be thinking about sometimes.
This generation is so fickle and weak.
And by the way, I know TikTok is a big source to a lot of this information and a lot of these conversations, and I don't have TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't see none of this stuff. So I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I'm ready to just go back to the early 2000s, bruh, when you could just be yourself, and that was enough. That was enough for a woman to like you. That was enough for a man to, do whatever he had to do for a woman. That was enough. Just being yourself. You ain't have to worry about looking flashy. You ain't have to worry about going to the most expensive restaurants. You ain't have to worry about, status symbols and how many Instagram followers you got. You ain't have to worry about none of that shit. I'm ready to just go back to those times, bruh. I didn't understand how good we really had it. Now looking back in retrospect, I just, bro, we had it so good. Everything was simple and it was right. It was right. People was respectful. It's like, bruh, I think the world has lost something that it's going to take us generations to recover from, bro. Based on how people living and how people mindsets is. I really think that this generation of people got to die off.
All right, so I think he's being a little bit extreme, guy. I think he's being a little bit extreme. I think a lot of people think the answer is to go back to the 2000s, go back to the 1990s, where life was much simpler. But I don't think that's the answer, guys. I think the answer is we just gotta put some limits on ourselves. We gotta put some limits, and we gotta establish some rules. We gotta establish some guidelines or some stuff that we just live by, and that will make life just lead us in the right direction. It'll be a starting point, right? So long as we keep going down this path where we just like Nothing really matters. We're not gonna practice manners. We're not gonna practice etiquette. We're not gonna practice any of these things that people used to value back in the day. Then we're just gonna be left in this free-for-all environment where nobody cares about anybody and everybody just does whatever the hell they want to do. So I mean, wishing we can go back in time is not the way to solve the problem. The way to solve the problem is to, I guess, to you be the difference. But like I said, sometimes you wind up being the difference, and everybody else wind up still playing the free for all. And so you wonder sometimes, well, why be the difference? You know what I mean? So if you guys want to watch the video, the full video, go ahead and check out the channel True Media. I don't know if that's his channel or what, but True Media, this guy, you can go ahead and check out his channel, watch the full video. Other than that, we out.